It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing. It's an everyday thing when you let your nuts hang.
In the criminal justice system, sexually-based offenses are considered especially heinous. In New York City, the dedicated detectives who investigate these vicious felonies are members of an elite squad known as the Special Victims Unit. These are their stories.
It says, the way I nearly got trapped on a trip with the NYC TikToker who turns every vacation into a Fallout episode. I'm so glad I seen the red flags. Okay, so y'all see this, right?
The way I nearly got trapped on a trip with an NYC TikToker who turns every vacation into a Fallout episode. I'm so glad I saw the red flags. I just wanted to come up here and clear this whole accusation of her seeing the red flags and she dropped out of the trip. It's so crazy how people can come on here and flip the script. And honestly, I didn't even want to take it to the media because I felt like it was unnecessary. I kicked you out the trip respectfully, and I could show receipts. And there was a reason why I kicked you off the trip. I knew that girl for a little of 3 weeks. The first time I linked her was June 5th. We probably linked 3 times the most after that. Within the 3 weeks that we've known each other. But I'm not going to get too much into details. I'm just going to fast forward into just 2 reasons why I told her she couldn't come on the trip with me anymore. Because I felt like personally in my heart that she was not there for the right intentions. I feel like she started hanging out with me to be an opportunist. Here's Exhibit A. I told them that they're not allowed to smoke on this trip. This is a brand trip. This is a business trip. This is, yes, we're going to have fun. Yes, we're going to do a whole bunch of stuff. You're not allowed to smoke on the trip. When we go to the clubs, you're allowed to drink. But I also don't want to be responsible for anybody that's buying drugs outside of the country. You feel me? So I said, hey, I just want to make a quick reminder. There's no smoking on this trip. Vaping is fine. That was at 12:09 p.m. Everybody liked it, including her. She texts me saying they smoke in DR. I'll be stepping off the side to smoke my pre-rolls. That automatically threw me for a loop because, like, why do you feel like because we're friends that you can just do what you want to do on this trip? Like, hello? So I said, no, LMFAO, this is my promo trip. I don't want nobody smoking for a reason. You can't chill for 5 days. She said, I have to think about that. That's threw me for a loop once again. Now, scenario number 2, I had everybody doing color coordinations for this trip. Everybody was sending their shin card right before we were about to book our shin card. And, you know, if it's 12 girls in a chat and everybody's sending like, oh, we're wearing this, somebody's bound to have the same outfit if we're all shopping on the same website. Somebody in the chat, like, shortly after asked, like, oh, you know, what hairstyle is everybody doing? Everybody started dropping the braids they're doing. Everybody's just like, oh, I'm doing this. Super excited. Of course, she texts me on the side again. She's like, no shade now. I got to switch my hairstyle. And I thought she was being funny. So I'm like, oh, there's only but so much hairstyles you can do. You know, me laughing it off. She said, blah, blah, da, 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 just like, bad enough that I'm gonna have the whole same outfit as the group. She don't want the same hairstyle. I said, I don't know, I'm a matching type of friend. I like matching because I never cared to have the same hairstyle, same clothes as my friend. We look like 2 different people. We're gonna wear it 2 different ways. Even though we wore it the same exact way, I never cared. She said, these ain't my friends. I don't want to match with strangers. That threw me for a loop because, girl, I just met you 3 weeks ago. Technically, you not really my friend either. You're also a stranger. But for you to even go into this trip with this mindset when the whole trip was to bring people together, I didn't like that. So I told her that. I don't like that mindset for real because they could potentially be your friend. You might kick it off with somebody, especially because I know 4 girls in the chat personally and they're cool. The whole point of the trip is bringing women together. That's been all my events all summer. Every summer I had an event. Nobody had no complaint. Everybody had a great time. Everybody comes out, and that's why my events keep selling out. So for me to take this out the country, this was a big step for me. But I had a brand come behind me to support me. So I'll be damned if I had somebody up here playing with my character as if I'm this vindictive, mean person when I showed this girl nothing but kindness. Not to mention another red flag to me was she only had Venmo and Chime. She didn't have no bank account. That was a problem. Because when it comes to, my Venmo doesn't work. I don't really do Venmo, right? Everything, all the girls are sending me Apple Pay, even Cashapp. She doesn't even have Cashapp. Y'all already knew what the fuck happened last trip. I'm not trying to make nothing into a factor where there might be an issue with anybody sending me no type of funds. Y'all already know how I am. And it's the fact that she's literally blocking people so they won't defend my name. Like, I had to come up here and defend my name. I honestly, I shouldn't have to because, like I said, it's beyond me. But the fact that she's blocking everybody that I know that's like commenting and defending me knows that you're wrong. So let me just get into the part where I actually kicked her off the trip, or that she saw the red flags. This was the text message I sent her Monday at 7:15 p.m. So that's why it's like, why are you doing all of this now? Like, you're still that hurt, but whatever. I said, I've been thinking about the trip, and I don't think that it's a right fit for you. I feel like your vibe doesn't always mix well in big groups. Or new girls. I don't want it to end up being uncomfortable for you or anyone else. I will be removing you from the chat. It's just little comments you made that doesn't make me confident you'll blend in well with this type of setting. Hope you understand where I'm coming from. Clearly, she didn't understand where I was coming from. She said I had a picture painted of her, and I never brought her around a group of people. She's been to probably 2 of my events, one with my friends and one of my watch parties, and then a party that I also invited her to. But even with all of that, I still like allowed her to buy her ticket because I didn't see no issue until I added all the girls and those text messages came about. And it was just like, okay, now you're doing a lot. And went to like, okay, honestly, if you felt this way, I should have said something before, got the ticket, and I'm a messed up person because I 100% excluded her out the trip, and I didn't call her, and I texted her. Okay, granted, I probably should have called you, but I feel like it shouldn't have been an argument, and I just felt like she was going to argue with me, and I had no time for the argument. Like, I already stood, it took me, like, after the first text message, I was already thrown off. The second text message did it for me, and I felt like I wasn't doing myself no service putting you on this trip if I felt like you was going to say stuff that was socially unacceptable, or you was going to try to sit there and be under me because you're my friend and act like you was better than the other girls. And I strongly believe that that's what you was going to do. So I said, it's more than one thing you had said or done. I tried to laugh it off, but this is way too much of a big opportunity. You said the ticket was refundable. I never felt that way before you booked it. The comment you made, they're not my friend, unacceptable. I don't like that. Every joke has some truth to it. The undermining my rule. Why do you feel like you're different from everybody else? My rule stands, and I'm not going to sit there and combat with you over a trip I'm hosting already. I'm hosting. You already told me you don't like meeting new people. Like, no cursing, no disrespect, no nothing. I'm just like, I hope that's the clarification you're looking for. Send me this whole voice note saying something like, oh, I'm 24 years old. I should have just spoke up if I really felt this way. I'm the only person that feels this way, and that's sickening. She reached out to all the girls. She follows all the girls. Also not true. One girl reached out to her, and I'm not even going to put that situation in there either because I feel like the 2 is just enough. I told her it's not even personal, it's just business. At the end of the day, I'm protecting my name. If I feel like you're not going to mix well, I'm going to stand on that. On a one-on-one standpoint, you're cool as hell, but in a group, I shouldn't have to worry about you saying something that might not be socially acceptable. I wasn't trying to make this an argument, but I'm not going to be fake with you. Sometimes you don't know how to speak to people and can be taken the wrong way. And yes, I can laugh about it, but when it comes to strangers, they might not. I didn't call because like I said, it shouldn't be an argument. Now I'm just going to fast forward to what she said in that little voice note. She said, it's crazy how basically it was supposed to be a cute little content trip between me and her to go to Cancun. We tried to book that trip for a week, and she had problems with her Venmo. She didn't want to Apple Pay me the money so I could book the trip. I tried to tell her, let's go to brunch. You can take the money out in cash, and then we can book it. I can put it on my card. We can book it. She's like, she don't got her Venmo debit card. That's already too much problems. It took you too long for us to even book that trip. And that's the even... Oh, and she wanted a budget of $1,300 to Cancun. Me, you already know. I've been in the airport every damn month last year. I've been on 3 trips this year. This is about to be my 4th, and then I have a 5th coming in August. Like, the finances is there. You know what I mean? But I'm not going to sit here and when I get out the country and it's going to be another issue where you don't want to Apple Pay me, or your Venmo is not working, or Chime is not working because you don't have a bank account. That, you know what I mean? Like, I shouldn't have to suffer. Like, hello. Like I said, I met you 3 weeks ago. I'm not going to spot you. We're not friends. We just started hanging out. After she said all of that in the voice note, she was like, I keep telling you to call me. Don't text me. I was just like, yeah, I just didn't call her. I went to bed, honestly, because like I said, it shouldn't have been an argument. And she was like, oh, when did calling me ever start an argument? I said I didn't say that because I didn't. Like I said I never said that. Then she sends me the screenshot. So clearly she went and sent our text messages out to her friends. And it's saying she's been feeling that like that because now she's saying y'all don't fit for a brand trip y'all was planning first. Once again, I don't know why she keeps saying we and y'all. This is my brand trip. I sponsored this. She hasn't even heard the voices of the people behind the brand trip in DR. She hasn't contacted them. She don't know the email. I haven't CC'd her and nothing. So, like I said, it's giving she wanted to be underneath me and then act like she was ruling the house with me, but it was never that. Then, not even 12 hours later, I had people sending me screenshots of her story talking about you counting me out, big mistake, or I don't want to do no talking, I just want to throw hands, or I'm the wrong person to beef with. I don't have beef with this girl. Like I said, I made a business decision. I feel like she wasn't going to fit well in this trip. She gave too much sign that she was going to be combative, and I don't have time for it. When hosting a big group, you have to have some type of control, and I just wasn't going for it. And everybody, I feel like, feels the same way because they know the truth. Regardless, I had 652 people apply. She was replaced within 24 hours. Like I said, it's not personal. It's just business. So I hope this clears up the whole fiasco you're trying to do for the internet. And stop texting me from fake numbers. It's childish. Like, I don't understand. I just woke up, so I'm gonna answer some of the comments to clear up some things. That everybody was just like, oh, like, you made too many rules. One, that's how a brand works. I shouldn't have to explain that to y'all. Every brand has a contract or an NDA or certain rules. If you go somewhere, you follow by those brand rules. You feel me? It's a business trip. It's for content. It's to help this brand. So if you can't follow the rules, then stay home, in my opinion. If you can't follow the rules, then stay home. If you feel like it's that dire of a need to smoke, then stay home. It is what it is. So no, I don't feel bad about telling the whole group chat they couldn't smoke, because I honestly told all of them that before they even booked their ticket. But they asked me to send out a reminder, and I did. I said, I'm going to send them a reminder, and I sent them a reminder, and she texted me back immediately. There shouldn't have been no argument about that. If you truly feel like you couldn't smoke, and then on top of that, why do you feel like you would have been the only person who's allowed to do so after I just told everybody else no? So that video was 10 minutes long. I had left some things out because it was 4 in the morning. I was just trying to get my point across really quickly. So here's like the rest of the receipts from the whole in fiasco. So basically, when I told her I didn't like her mindset about her saying that these are strangers, these are not my friends, she tried to justify it. And honestly, for a slight second, I did believe her. Like, okay, maybe like I'm projecting, and like she's not out to be like this mean, vindictive person. So this was her response. She was like, maybe you need to hear me say LMFAO. I do not want to watch. I don't want to watch with random girls, or I don't want to match with random girls. This doesn't mean I'm walking to the trip with a negative mindset. I just would rather have my own look and style. I'm open to friends. That's the whole point of tagging along, but I would rather not have the same hairstyle, clothes as multiple people. So I was just like, she called somebody pretty. I was like, yeah, she's so pretty. Okay, I definitely understand what you mean. If you want to have your own style and you seeing people drop the same clothes, but I still feel like you can fix it up, whatever. And I did. I said I probably was projecting because I had friends that was like that. And you can pause to read.
Well, let's go ahead and get that song out the way. Butterfly in the sky. I could go twice as high.
That, and you can pause to read.
Alright, she said, yes, and she's so pretty. Okay, I definitely understand what you mean. I was probably projecting because I had friends that was like that. They would be my friend, but they would be mean to anybody new I would bring around. So I definitely assumed that you was gonna close off Love Island, pun intended. After that message, because you're also mad funny and creative and fashionable, so I know something personality would be great in the turn up or the group.
And I told her like she was a very creative and fashionable person. She is. She's a very creative, fashionable person. She can put a fit on. Her content editing skills, top tier, which I did reiterate that. On a one-on-one standpoint, you're cool as hell. But I told her I was not going to be fake with her. Sometimes she doesn't know how to say things without people taking it the wrong way. Or I don't want to worry about her saying something that's socially unacceptable. Because I might be able to laugh at it, but some people don't take certain things as a joke. And when you're dealing with a group of personalities, you have to learn certain things you can say and certain things you can't say, or certain things you do and certain things you don't do. Like I said, it's a business trip. So I did. I was like, yeah, you talented as hell, but you could be talented and have a shit ass personality, and that's why nobody want to be around you. You know what I mean? And if you just like sit there and think to yourself like, damn, why haven't I moved from this level of where I'm at? Maybe it's your personality. Maybe it's the way you come off. And honestly, I should have even took it when she came to me and was just like, well, I don't have no friends. Everybody be beefing with me. When somebody comes to you and tell you that they don't have no friends and nobody likes them, believe them. Because I don't even go and tell people that. I have friends. I love the hell out of my friends. I could call anybody and want to be like, girl, let's go out right now. I went to 4 people's houses yesterday. Had a great time. But when somebody tells you they don't have friends and nobody likes them, believe them. Now, any information she tries to tell you other than what's regarding the trip, I just feel like would be childish, because like there's nothing else you need to talk about besides the trip, because I'm not putting your business out there, because I really don't give a fuck to put your business out there. The funny thing is, I didn't even block her or unfollowed her or anything. Now, if I had blocked her and unfollowed her, after I said that, then it would have been like, damn, Khalid, like, you probably never liked me in the first place. I never did that. All the girls still followed her. All the girls still was interacting with her stuff for the next, I promise you, 12 hours. Then all of a sudden, all the subliminals, whatever, I can't even say that word, came on was coming through text messages like,
butterfly in the sky.
She posting this about you. And that's when I blocked her. So after that, when I saw she was like trying to throw subs, I blocked her, because it's like, what you trying to do? You trying to get a reaction out of me? So I blocked her on Tuesday. Sent her the text on Monday, blocked her on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Now you want to talk about, oh, story time coming soon, this, that, there. What are you going to tell everybody? That I told you could not come on the trip? You already lied on your first post saying that you basically dropped out. And then the texting me from fake numbers talking about some, oh, I'm a whore. I sleep with multiple men in a week. What the fuck? I was talking to the same man the whole month I was talking to her. And I think the last week of me being cool with her, I fell out with that man. And the whole TikTok knew about it because I was crying. I was crying about it. But one thing about me, I move on real quick. Like, I cried about it. The next day, we worked something out. The day after that, what happened? The day after that, we just decided we wasn't going to talk no more. That was cool. No contact. I never spoke to him again. I'm not going to beg you to sit here and talk to me. Like, are you dumb? I'm just going to find another one. So I that day we had linked. We went to the mall. I re-downloaded Hinge in front of her. I had like 90 damn likes in there. And I'm clicking through it with her like, ew, he's ugly. And I'm like, oh, I'll go on a date with this one. Oh, this one's fine. This one, with her. So I don't know if you're referring to that or the fact that I actually went on 2 dates from Hinge right after that because I didn't want to be heartbroken over somebody who was 5'7" with no car. Or maybe she's trying to throw this out at me. She's probably talking about this one little text message. Cause I was just like, oh, why is this, what did I say? I said, why am I laid up with this man and he got a vacation next week? Now, I over-exaggerated the situation, but I sent that text to everybody. I'm not gonna lie. I sent it to all my homegirls because I thought they would find it funny. That's the first thing they see off the wake up. Now, to me, I said it was a vacation. He was my little, yeah, this, that, there. And honestly, we didn't even do anything. Like, I was so tired from work and he was so tired from work, we literally just fell asleep. But as we're talking, he was like, oh, I'm going on vacation next week. I'm like, oh, who you going with? And you know how men be. He was just like, well, it was supposed to be a guy's trip, but nobody got the ticket. And I was like, okay, so who you going with? He was like, then it was supposed to be a solo trip, but this girl said she was going to book her ticket. So me and her is going. So you're going on a vacation, sir. You sleeping in the same bed. Y'all about to get drunk. Y'all about to do some things, ain't it? So we was just joking and laughing about it. But I thought it was funny. Like, why is he laid up with me right here? And he going on a vacation. But that's how I looked at it. Because, you know me, I be talking shit. I'm a joker. So I'm like, what you really trying to sit here and be like, oh, I got receipts. Why? Because I said you was a fashionable person. Okay. Because, bitch, if you think you gonna put my business out there, I put my own business out there. Everybody knows about my Hinge horror stories. What the helly? I'm trying not to curse. What the helly? Maybe she's talking about this voice note that I try to sum up. With this went from us being a cute little content trip to a girl trip to Cancun to saying that we got a sponsor. No. I got a sponsor. Kalia got the sponsor. We didn't get anything. I don't know why she keeps saying we and y'all was supposed to do. Kalia got the sponsor. It's under my name. They didn't text us, so it was just like, I want Kalia and Isis to go to DR together. No. They said, Kalia, I need you in DR. I said, bet. They was just like, do you have anybody to come with you? I said, yeah, hit her up. You want to go to DR? She was like, no, I'm big on Mexico. But then when I told her the opportunity, she was like, yes, let's go to DR. I was like, cool. Went to the brand. He wanted to be a promo. I'm like, great. I'm like, you know what's great for promos? When it's a big group. I was just like, 2 was cool. 2 little girls. Yeah, another Kalia trip. Oh, she going on vacation. But I wanted to bring my supporters outside. So I said, do you mind if I bring my supporters? And he was just like, oh, that would be an amazing idea. I was on the phone with both of them. I was like, that would be an amazing idea. Like, open it up, see how much people you can bring. I could hold about 15. I said, word, I got you. And that's when all 700 people applied. So she's saying, like, to her being 100% excluded after you found 13 random girls to go with you, that shit makes you look bad. Actually, I thought that shit made me look amazing because not only did I get the opportunity, but I gave 11 other girls the same opportunity. It wasn't 13. It was 11. She was like, that shit is making you look so bad right now. And then you're texting my phone paragraph instead of calling my phone. Don't text me no more. If you have anything to say to me, call me. All jokes aside, I'm not about to keep sending you voice notes. Yeah, whatever. Child, when I tell you, like, it took me 2 hours to send that text message. I called my mom to debrief. I called my friend to debrief that she had no idea who this person was. I didn't even say her name, so she couldn't even know. But I was on the phone with my mom for so long because it was weighing so heavy on my shoulders that I'm like, bro, since she sent that text message about these are not my friends, every joke has some truth to it. And I didn't believe her when she said, like, oh, like, maybe you should have heard my tone. I don't think there was any tone you could have said that these are not my friends would have been acceptable. And I told my mom, I was like, Ma, I don't think I'll be doing myself any type of service, putting her feelings before business and risk having this trip be ruined and everybody experience be ruined because I decided I want to bring this girl on a trip. And she's already giving me signs that she does not belong on this trip. So, yeah. Girl, you can, I don't know what the hell. Anyway, we about to go to DR in 12 days. Asheen cards is on the way. Pray for us. All right? Pray for the sisters. But all of us is content girlies, so we're going to have a great time. We range from the age of 23 to 32, y'all. We gonna have a blast. We gonna have a blast.
Before we hop into this video, I just want to say that nothing about me ever gave clout chaser. Not gonna lie. That girl tried to call me an opportunist in her video, and I'm trying to figure out how I was an opportunist if she reached out to me first. Strange. She literally reached out to me first. She quite literally initiated a hangout first. So I don't know where opportunist came from, but it never gave that. I never needed no bitch for anything. Let's also start by saying that this was never a group trip. This was me and Kalia going to Cancun. Then it turned into me, Kalia, and 10 random girls from her TikTok going to Dominican Republic. Then it turned into you don't fit the brand deal trip, so you can't go. And I'm going to tell you exactly how this whole thing played out. So like I said, it was just me and her going to Cancun at first. After she had hit me up in the beginning of June on Instagram, we kind of became friends. And she invited me to a party on June 8th. And that's when I linked her for the very first time. The link up was really good. Nothing weird happened. It was at a party. I seen my friends there. We had a good time that day. Our first link up was pretty cool. It was decent. And then from then on, the girl would just call and text me every day, which I had no issue with because I'm a person who likes to sit on the phone. I'm a person who likes to yap. I like to talk. Feel me? So she started calling me every single day. And I'm like, okay, cool. This girl is about to be one of my new friends. Also, I knew who Kalia was, but I did not know shit about the Cabo trip. I didn't know nothing about the Cabo trip. I didn't know nothing. Okay? For everybody that keep commenting in my comments talking about something, how could y'all forget? I didn't know anything. Like, I genuinely didn't know nothing. And she did briefly mention it to me, but she failed to mention that it wasn't her trip. It was somebody else's birthday trip, and she was invited and then did a whole story time about it without anyone's consent. Like, you're a terrible person. So we ended up switching our destination from Cancun to DR when she found out that one of her friends' flights to Mexico had got canceled for something Trump related. And she was like, okay, we don't want to have to deal with any of that, so we're going to switch our destination. And we ended up just picking Punta Cana. I'm not sure when the travel agency reached out to her. Was it before she found a location, like a new location, or after? I don't really remember, but I do have screenshots from when they like sent her the email because she sent it to me. I don't know why, but yeah, I remember when they reached out to her and she was just like, oh, like we need to make this a group trip. Like it has to be a group trip because it's sponsored now. So I'm just like, okay, like I'm down for that. I'm down to meet new people. I've been getting into my traveling bag. Like I'm down for that. I have no issue with meeting new people. She tried to make it an issue when I said I didn't want to look like anybody else. Why is that a problem? Why is that a problem? Me saying that I don't want the same hairstyle as somebody or having like the same 6 outfits as a stranger is not an issue, and it doesn't give mean girl. It's just me wanting my own style. What is wrong with that? And she actually agreed with me, so I don't know why the hell she's coming on TikTok trying to make it seem like I'm such a mean girl because I didn't want to look like anybody. Baby, you fully agreed with me, and then you proceeded to say I was probably projecting. Here's the message, actually. But I feel like we're moving too fast, so let me backpedal a little bit.
The message was backwards. And I would try reading it, but I tried reading backwards before. It didn't serve me well, so I'm not going to do it. Let's go on to keep going.
So in her video, she initially started her text messages from here. Cool. Okay, you guys seen that already. She proceeds to tell me I don't like that mindset for real because they could potentially be your friends. Read the text message for yourself. Pause and read it, actually. Me being the person I am, I'm like, okay, dang, I just rubbed her the wrong way. I don't want her to think I'm coming to a different country to be a weirdo. Feel me? So this is my response to her. Pause and read it. And as you can see, she loved, and exclamation point. So clearly you see where I'm coming from. She even, like I mentioned earlier, said that she was projecting her feelings onto me because she had friends that was like that and this, that, and the third. That has nothing to do with me. Just because I don't want to look like somebody else does not mean I'm going into this trip like, ooh, I'm bigger than everybody else. Hello? Like, if y'all go look at my social media account, I don't give that at all. At all. At all. I even followed up her message where she was like, oh, I feel like I'm projecting. I followed it up by saying we should definitely match to the airport. And she sent me a TikTok of like this 2-piece set. And she was like, we need to wear these to the airport. And I was like, okay, cool. Like Skims has those. I'm probably going to get Skims and not TikTok shop clothes because they never fit me well. I believe that was also the Sunday night that she had her second Love Island watch party, and I just didn't go because I was on my period, and I'm all the way in the Bronx, and it was in Brooklyn. So I was just like, I'm gonna sit this one out. She didn't reply, and I was like, okay, cool. Like, she's busy. She was genuinely busy. I watched her story that day. She just didn't reply to me, though. So the next day, which is Monday, is when she texts the group chat, the DR group chat, and she was like, hey, like, just want to let everybody know that there's no smoking on this trip. You know I smoke, girl. What the hell? So I'm like, okie dokie. Let me text her privately because there's two ways I can go about this because I've traveled out of the country a few times. Either I can bring my weed and not say anything, which would be kind of weird because we're friends. Why do I need to walk around on eggshells around you? That's odd. We're friends, right? Or two, I can let you know that in the morning or whenever I feel like I need to smoke, I'll just walk away from the group and go smoke. That should never be a problem. That's when she shows y'all the text messages where she's texting me like, no, like you can't chill for 5 days. Actually, baby, I cannot. And I feel like you knew that when we were initially planning Cancun. So what the freak? So I believe she showed y'all these text messages. But this was really the last I heard from her. That was the last I heard from old girl before I got a text that night. I think it was that night. Excluding me from the group. What is wrong with you? Because I paid for a flight already. We did it on the phone together. I already ordered my Shein shit. It was accessories only. Thank God I didn't order clothes because I probably would be dragging it right now. Not gonna lie. And that I already sent my nail tech to deposit to get my nails done for the trip. So what's your problem? What is your problem? I personally do not think that it was weed. I really don't think it could not have been, oh, you want to smoke so you can't go on my trip. I don't think it was that. Because I'm sure that was a thought of yours when we were planning for Cancun. You know that I smoke. Acting brand new for TikTok like you always do. Like how you came on here, when was it? Like maybe a week ago or 2 weeks ago when you was crying about that dude, but you didn't tell them why you was crying about that dude because he caught you being weird. You get on TikTok and you try to paint yourself out to be such a good person and paint everybody else to be a bad person. You be fucking up a lot. I've known you for less than a month and I can tell some shit on here, but I'm not even going to do you like that. Even though you came on here talking about some, oh, she don't got no bank account, I could really violate you. I'm not going to lie, but I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave you alone because this is as far as we need to take it because if we take it anywhere else, I will be at Manhattan Avenue. So, yeah, this is the story time. Kalia Denise is a terrible person. She gets on TikTok and she tries to paint other people out to be bad people. You could never do that with me. And that's why you mentioned a big account because you can never call me broke. It's a few things niggas can't call me broke and ugly. I'm not one of you thought I was about to be another storyline. This shit gonna backfire on you. Stop playing, Kalia. And have a lovely day because it's 9:50 in the morning.
All right. She said, what? No shade. Now I gotta switch my hairstyle. There's only but so much styles you could do when it comes to braids. You'd be surprised. I made up entire hairstyles. I do not want the same hairstyle as nobody. Bad enough, I'm gonna have the same outfit as half the group. LMAO. Watch. I don't know. I'm the matching type of friend. I like matching. These ain't my friends. I don't want to match with strangers. I mean, you that's kind of weird. And she's like, I don't like that mindset for real. Because they could potentially be your friend. You might kick it off with someone. Especially because I know 4 of the girls in the chat personally. And they're cool. I want you to go in with the mindset of making new friends. That's the whole point of the trip, is to meet new people that likes to travel. She says, maybe you need to hear me say it. LMAO, but I don't want to watch match with random girls. That doesn't mean I'm walking into this trip with a negative mindset. I just would rather have my own look and style. She says, "What's wrong with that?" It's just I'm open to making new friends. That's my whole point in tagging along. I'd rather not have the same hairstyle and clothes plus codes with multiple people and think that's okay. Like for example, Christina. Mad cool so far. Saved her number. Spoke separately. I really like her vibe. I know we're gonna hit it off, but she already sent 3 screenshots of outfits I had in my cart, and then she says she's getting the same hairstyle as me. She's gorgeous and cool, but I want my own look. She says, "Yeah, and she's so pretty." Okay, I definitely understand what you mean. I was probably projecting because I had friends that was like that. They would be my friend, but they would be mean to anybody new, and I would bring around. So definitely assumed that you was gonna be closed off. No love, island pun intended. Okay, now.
You started hanging out with me. You messaged me on the gram. You gave me your number. You called me crying about it and da da da. Yeah, I did text you on the Instagram, but when I first texted you, I texted you asking you what camera you had for content. Like, you went on a solo trip to Jamaica, and I asked you what camera you using. You told me it was your phone camera. I didn't even text you back. Like, I think you said something else. I never even texted you back, and then you double texted me. But it don't even matter if I became your friend or who became your friend first or whatever the case may be, because I said that in my first video. I said we was hanging out. Like, we was talking to each other for 3 weeks. I said that. So I never lied about anything. Once again, I don't know if it's delusion, but in that 10-minute video, I definitely said we hung out and we was hanging out and we've been talking to each other for 3 weeks. I never denied any of those allegations. You acting like I just threw you randomly into this trip. Girl, boo-hoo. Boo-hoo. I called you crying about a man. I called TikTok crying about a man. I was on TikTok and on Instagram like, hello? You thought you was the only person? I called everybody. I'm a crier. I'm a Maya Papaya, bitch. You getting me out of character. I'm not even gonna call you a B. But girl, what the hell? I know you was losing sleep over this trip. You waited 4 days to post some tea. It wasn't even tea no more. It was diluted. The tea wasn't even hot. It was iced. Why you? Just take that. I don't know what you want. I could just pray for you, girl. I could just
room
pray.
temperature tea. What it do, everyday people, man? It's your boy PJ. Today we back with another lit video. Back in the confessional. Yes, we staying lit, big dog, man. Shout out to my everyday people who rock with me every day. Shout out to my player partner, Lucky Wheels and Deals. Your boy keeps it lit. Make sure you guys like, comment, and subscribe to this video. Let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Hit the links down below. We got HiveMindLabs.com. We got Opulence Scents where you can get you a 3-wick candle, man. Let's get into it. All right. There's her side, and the truth. I believe somewhere in the middle there's the truth. I don't believe that she walked away from the group. I think the lady told her we don't need you on this trip. And I think the NYC lady, like this girl dancing, one thing about life, it can humble you. And I hope to God that this is not the time. Because if this is the time and it humbles her, all this nonsense wouldn't have been worth it. Should have just made the collaboration. I wish content creators that got an opportunity, who knew my content and knew me, would be like, hey PJ, I see you grinding. You'll do dope on this trip. You can network with other people. There will be top executives from different networks, different radio stations, different podcasts. Let's see if we can get you on one. I'd be like, awesome, let's do it. I would do it with no hesitation. But they say, oh, you can't smoke a hookah or a cigar, you can't drink. I'd be like, man, I'm gonna be sober in a month when I come back. So I just think that, like, all this mess is just some high school drama. And it's the dumbest thing to argue about online. But they're doing it. And at some point you could think it's a skit. But they're a little too detailed. But somebody's not doing so well. this girl, she's not doing so well. She's losing it. She just need to give it up. Like, go on about your business. You messed up. You lost the opportunity. And you want to blame everyone but yourself. And that's okay. Because people do it all the time. But this time, it's your fault. And take ownership of that. All the petty videos and talking back online, you know, it's not worth it. But hopefully she gets her bag up and she gets to grinding, because this is not the way for her meeting up with other people. And she does have a bad attitude, because she has one with a friend, and she's from New York. New York women are the craziest. Everyday people, let me know what y'all think about this in the comment section. Like, comment, and subscribe. I'm gonna holler at you later. Peace.